To Biota. This is a beautiful cypress-like tree that has a couple of different botanical names, and I want to mention it because our question here is Biota Orientalis safe? And this is a plant that also, its real technical botanical name is Platycladus orientalis, sometimes known as Thuja orientalis, Biota orientalis, Oriental arborvitae. Don't let all those names confuse you. So, is it safe? Now this is a plant where we have the seeds are used medicinally and the leaves are used medicinally. The seeds I talk about in a separate section, go check it out. But here we're looking at the leaf, and both the leaf and the seed contain a compound known as thujone. And this is somewhat controversial because it has, in teeny doses, it shows up in sage, oregano, safe, we eat those a lot, but in high doses, say like, for example, when it's turned into an essential oil or into liqueur, because it's used, Artemisia absinthe, wormwood, has thujone in it, and so as an alcohol, it suddenly becomes, that absinthe can be a real kidney messer. So in Europe, like 30 milligrams are considered safe. In the United States, only 10 milligrams are considered thujone free. There's still thujone in whatever it is, but it's considered low enough not to be a problem. And just to give you kind of a side-by-side comparison, so severely toxic doses are like 40 to 60 milligrams. They're going to really push pretty much anybody over an edge. But in tea, sage tea, for example, only like 4 to 11 milligrams in 4 cups. So you can see why you're perfectly fine eating sage and cooking with oregano and all that sort of stuff to be safe. But the long period use of that compound, as I said, convulsions, restlessness, vomiting, tremors, it's not pretty. But that doesn't mean that every single substance that contains it is going to be toxic. Remember, it shows up in many different areas, balanced by many other compounds, It's when it becomes condensed, the way it could in alcohol, or the way it could in essential oil form, things of that nature. But you want to know that. That's where the question of safety comes up from. This is an herb that the leaves in particular are very, very good for stopping bleeding. A wide variety of stop bleeding. They're being studied for their anti-cancer properties. There's some very exciting research going on in that area. So this is something to be aware of so you can remain safe, but not something you have to go, oh my gosh, I wouldn't go near it, right? So there's the question about, is Biota Orientalis safe? It does contain that compound. It's been used for hundreds of years in traditional Chinese medicine. If you have any concerns, visit your healthcare provider. That's what we're here for, to help you walk the path of how much is correct for you. Is it even at all correct for you? And what other medicines or pre-existing conditions do you have that might raise a question with it? Otherwise, this is a great herb to know about, and it has been used very importantly in the medicine, in the leaf form, to help stop bleeding in particular, but it's got other applications worth knowing about. So there you go, Biota.